Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Today we're doing what if Naruto had the Rinnegan. Now, today was supposed to be what if Naruto had what if Naruto was a Senju, but that song gonna be on delay today because the script I messed up the script, so I have to I have to redo the script. So I'm sorry. So I made it up to you. I made it up to you to bring on a new series. What if Naruto had the Rinnegan? I need to start finishing these theories and start making them. Anyways, so first I need to explain what the Rinnegan is and how you acquire a Rinnegan. A Rinnegan is a dojutsu. More the only known users of the dojutsu that have wielded dojutsu in the past is no, the Sage Six Pass, Haruma Suzuki, Kaguya. Well, she had the running Sharingan, but it's a derivative of the running. You understand? Madara, Obito, and and whose name is Pain or Naruto. Those are the known users of the Rinnegan, are people that has used the Rinnegan before, and Sasuke. So yeah, a Rinnegan has a variable of abilities, and the the translation of the Rinnegan is basically God's eye, and that's what it means. If you break it down more, it is God's eye, but the other name is I can't remember what the other name is, but it's God's eye in Japanese. So the abilities of the Rinnegan, and I will be implementing some abilities. So the ones I'm just saying are canon wise, but I will be putting in some abilities. The first ability is Almighty Push and Almighty Pull. It is in attraction and detraction forces. So it's push and pull basically. Um, King of Hell, which King of Hell can do two things, but I'm gonna name one of them. In the King of Hell is the healing path, which you can if the body was put into a if something happened to a body or the hand or they got in a fight and they got bruised and you put him in the King of Hell, he'll be perfectly fine. The other ability is um chakra rods, which is it just tampers with your chakra and can pin you down to the floor, so you can't use chakra anymore. So yeah, um, you can summon the Ghetto Statue or Ghetto Maza, which can be sealed off from you depending on who user you are, because you can seal off a person from gaining the ability to summon the Ghetto Statue. It depends on who had it first. But if a person can summon it when they didn't put it on in the first place. Another ability is to steal your soul. I can't remember what path. I think it was the human path. You can steal people's stored and souls and acquire their memories through stealing their souls. Ah, that's fucked up. Anyways, what's the other one? The Ashura path. You can create weapons, guns, not guns, but laser beams, blades, a lot of stuff, and extra limbs out of the Ashura path. The that's it. Then there's I think I can't remember its name. It's the absorbing path, which is it can absorb chakra or and negate all types of jutsu. And the six paths of pain technique or six paths technique um is it labels you to control six different bodies, and you can give them you can give the abilities to the rent you can give the bodies that you have controlled the ability to use the Rinnegan, but you cannot do it. But when you do give them the abilities of the Rinnegan, you cannot use them yourself. We do not know if it's proven if Sasuke can do this, and if he did it, it he couldn't like do the six pack. You understand me? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, the then there's the outer path. I think it was outer path. I think that's the name. Um, It's basically can bring people back from the dead by the cost of your life. Actually, we don't exactly know it will take your life after doing so, because in all instances that has been done, the person's life force has been drained before I have gone through something that would stricken them from doing so. So in terms of Naruto, he was on it for years and his health wasn't too good, so he died immediately after. But Obito, oh, we don't know if it's because of Zetsu that kept Obito alive when he did so. But I'm gonna on a limb and say it wasn't, because we have never given exact proof that it can do such. So I'm gonna say no. When it comes to other Rinnegan abilities that I have created, I will get to them into the what if. Now let's start with this what if. Okay, we start this what if at Naruto. We got Naruto and Naruto embedded needles inside of him, where Sasuke is completely ignoring his existence and didn't really care that Naruto, appeared to him, got killed. He just kept on fighting and said he was worthless anyways. Haku was really disturbed with that, and she didn't purposely kill Naruto. And Naruto didn't die in the first place. Oh shit! I didn't see how to and how to acquire Rinnegan, did I? Okay, sorry. I'll get back in the video just now. To acquire the Rinnegan, you have to get direct. You have to get the yin half of the, say, the sixth path chakra, or you need to recreate the sixth path chakra, or you can take out another person's Rinnegan that doesn't want it and implant it to yourself. But that's highly doubtful because mainly it wouldn't work like that. So, sorry, it wouldn't work like that because that's not how they're. Yeah. Anyways, so explain the video. Saku did not kill Naruto. She knew that she hit points where Naruto be knocked out, but he didn't kill Naruto. Naruto was in a state of death though. She had slipped up and he was in a state of death, but he was not dead. Naruto waked up in a void and saw this white and purple glow, and he reached out to it. When he reached out to it, his hair turned complete red, and hit from the and then some of it started to turn black, but then it completely turned red. His eye his eyes morphed. No, on his neck it looks like tattoos of six path emblems are Tomoe, which it looks like six path Tomoe came on Naruto's lower neck. So it was like where the shirt collar is like mostly be, so it's there. So then Naruto's eyes started to turn purple, and when turning purple, uh, six Tomoe appeared in Naruto's eyes, and he woke up right after that. During this, his chakra had turned completely golden, having this ominous aura around it, but it was just pure golden. The Senbon that was embedded into Naruto came spewing out of him, hitting everywhere. Not it was like it didn't care on who it hit. It went anywhere. Some even hit Sasuke, and Sasuke says, "Watch it, dope." But he see that Naruto didn't respond. Usually Naruto would angrily, even in the middle of a fight, angrily told back to Sasuke, but he didn't. Sasuke was worried for a minute because Naruto would normally do that if he was the one that pulled out the Senbon, or he threw the Senbon off him. He looked back to see Naruto, but he was different. Golden chakra was spewing out of Naruto. His eyes were purple completely, even embedding fear into Sasuke. His face was emotionless and impassive to the world. His gaze could kill a man, basically. He grew taller, more muscular, you could see the more muscle intent into his shirt. You could see that his teeth is his two canines that he always had for some reason became longer. But Naruto was impassive. And then Naruto rose his hand and he said, Bonjo Teni. A, a, a pulse of wind, it seemed, hit Haku and knocked her out on sight. Naruto then turned. He didn't look at Sasuke because he didn't want to. Or maybe because he couldn't. Mainly because he was in control of his body right now. Neither was a Kyuubi. Who was controlling Naruto's body, we don't know. Not even I, because I couldn't figure out a person to do it. Anyways, then we skip to the POV to two other people. One had green hair, brown skin, and orange eyes with a white I don't know how to explain that, but she had on white shirt and stuff and a skirt and a white short shirt. I think it was a tank top. That's what I'm saying. Tank top with its skirt with fishnet armor under her clothes with a red container on her back. Then there was another person with red hair, with red eyes, with glasses on her head, with a brown ragged shirt, with a brown pants, with black shinobi shoes. Each had black shinobi shoes on at the time. The one with the green hair had a waterfall, a scratched out waterfall headband, and the other one had a scratched out green grass headband. Then we skip back to Naruto. When Naruto got up from the ground, because when he did Almoto push, he was still laying on the floor. He got up and he looked towards Sakura, that completely ignored Naruto. Didn't even realize that he changed and went to Sasuke answering his problems. Even though she saw when Naruto got stuck with the Senbon. Naruto didn't really care. Actually, didn't know how to care right now because Naruto wasn't controlling his body, but you can see everything that was happening at this point. But Naruto didn't care. He was impassive. He did not give a flying fuck. So he then went over to Zabuza and completely started to kill him because his main target right now was Zabuza, because Zabuza was using Haku as a tool, because previously he wanted Haku to jump into Shidori, but Kakashi blocked and plummeted his hand to the floor and it still ended up kicking Zabuza. And Naruto made a chakra rod and impaled it into Zabuza's heart, killing him completely. Naruto then, after doing all this, eyes reverted back to its normal blue color and he fell to the ground. Not too long after, the two girls that we just covered had appeared and ran directly to Naruto was in a protecting motion of Naruto. Kakashi, when seeing this, noticed that they were trying to protect Naruto, probably from him, and then realized that he still had his Chidori in his hand, and then deactivated it, realizing that that was the reason why they were protecting him. Sakura and Sasuke then came out of the forest and saw what Naruto had done, because he was still on top of the body of Zabuza. Haku had came out not too short after and looked at Zabuza and cried, but then went over Naruto to treat his wounds. Now, side note, just so I don't have to explain it right now, Kaku's a girl. Okay, back to the video. Haku was freezing Naruto's wounds that had reopened mainly because he wasn't pushing chakra to it anymore. But for unknown reason, Naruto's eyes snapped right back open. But it had the same purple, but his eyes were still the Rinnegan. But it previously had turned back into the blue eyes Naruto always had. He then put his hand, he reached out his hand and the King of Hell came out of the ground basically. and it opened its mouth, and a green, like, chakra beam thing came and plummeted towards Naruto. They tried to protect Naruto, but Naruto, while still looking impassive to the world, pushed him away with almighty push. And the green light came and went to Naruto. Then Naruto's eye reverted back to blue, and Naruto got up and thanked Haku and the two unknown girls. Then went back to Tajuna's home, and then asked, on the way, Naruto asked them why they protected him, because he doesn't think he knows them. They then giggle and then say, Naruto, you don't remember us? Naruto was still puzzled. Then he remembered something. When he was a kid, flashback. When Naruto was a kid, he wandered out to the village mainly because people were trying to kill him. He was running out to the village for his life, and for some reason he got caught up into ran into two girls that were also running away from the village at the time. One was Fu. She had told him that her village tried to kill her and hated her. The other one was Kani Uzumaki, which Naruto noted that was his last name. Karin was surprised to see someone with his last name, but knew they weren't related because they had two different hair colors and they looked nothing alike. It was pretty obvious to that point. Naruto then explained he doesn't know who his mother or father is, but all his Gigi told him was that his mother was a great Kunoichi and that she was from the Uzumaki clan. But sadly he doesn't have any of the Uzumaki clan's abilities, or he doesn't know anything about them. Karin patting her on the back and says that she only has one ability, and the reason why she has that is because it's born with her. It's something that she can't turn off. And then she rolled up her sleeve and saw 3 bite marks on Karin's skin. Naruto was shocked to see this, and when Karin explained why the marks were there, Naruto went angry. But after a while, a Jonin from the Hidden Leaf came to collect Naruto. So did a Grass Jonin came to collect Karin, and the same thing with Fu. When Naruto recognized them, he went and hugged them and said thanks for protecting him. Kakashi then asked Naruto how he knew them, and Naruto explained what had happened. Kakashi remembered that he was the one that took Naruto, but he doesn't remember them. He really doesn't. And he found it odd. But hey, he didn't mind. Then they arrived at the Tazuna's home. When Naruto arrived there, he went into the room that he was designated to. When Fu and Karin asked where they were supposed to stay, Naruto offered them to stay in his room. They blushed and complained and went to Naruto's room. They started to talk, and then not too shortly, Sakura and Sasuke, who was forced to go there, came and talked with them too. Naruto, they all was called to the dining room, and they started to ask questions towards Fu and Karin. Karin explained what happened to her when she was a kid, or no, what was happening to her when she was in Grass Village. She then explained that she had enough of it and she wanted to find Naruto again, kind of blushing at that last statement. Fu was the same thing, but then they were trying to kill her, not trying to bite her. She then explained that she was the Nanabis, not the Nanabis. Was it a Nanabi? I think it was the Nanabi, but if it's not, I don't know its name. But the seven-tailed Jinchuriki, and she told Kakashi this in secret because That's designated getting to that village though, like completely. But anyways, Kakashi understood why she had left her village, and was also surprised Naruto wasn't even thinking about it. Now, when Naruto was asked about this by Fu, Naruto didn't really hide the fact that he was the Naruto's Jinchuriki, because everyone in the village knew that. Naruto explained that even though the village treated him the worst, tried to outcast him, he would never stoop to the level and try to enact revenge on them. He doesn't blame the QB. He doesn't blame the fourth Hokage. He doesn't blame anyone. He blames just no one. Fate is fate, but he wants to change his fate, not to be stricken by being the Nine-Tailed Jinchuriki and being disapproved mainly because if the Nine Tails were taken out of his body, he would die. Naruto proclaimed that he would be the next Hokage, and for some reason he didn't say believe it, which he would normally say or date bayo. They didn't pay him too much attention to this, and then Naruto went more detailed into his childhood. He said that all throughout his life, he's been hunted down, tried to kill, had no family, no friends. Sasuke scoffed and said that he wasn't really truly alone. He had no friends to begin with, and then he had no bonds. Naruto then rebutted and said, how would you know how it feels? How would you know how it felt not to have a parent, Sasuke? You had your parents. They got taken away to you, yes. But you always got to feel a mother's love. You always got to feel how a big brother treats. You always got to feel how a father's acknowledgement excites you. You always got to feel all of those things. You never had to worry about anything if you could eat, if you were gonna live the next day when you had your parents. If you were gonna be, that you wouldn't be alone when you had your parents. But Sasuke, you know nothing about me. Don't say that I don't feel pain because I didn't have any bonds. You don't know anything about me, Sasuke. And this was really odd to see from Naruto, because Naruto was always a happy-go-lucky person. But when it came towards his family and anything of the sorts that Naruto got offended by, he would go off on you, because this was his family, the family that he never got to know, because his family died before he could know them. His family died before they could love him. Naruto was exceptionally mad at this, because Sasuke saying that is kind of disapproving his point, and then Sasuke tries to rebuttal and say something, but Naruto then says again, Sasuke, you have nothing. You have everything you could ever want. Do not come to me and say that I have no pain. Sasuke, you get everything you want from the village, the council, the village. Everyone likes you, Sasuke. Who likes me? Who cares about me? Who wants to train me? Sasuke, don't even talk anymore. It's stupid. You call me a dummy. But how are you acting now? Sasuke was shocked, because Naruto never ever said anything like this. They were not on the best of terms, but Naruto would never say anything towards him this way, unless he really annoyed him. And then he realized that he did, which was pretty easy to annoy Naruto in this place. And then Sakura tried to say something, but Naruto stopped it right there. Sakura, you don't even talk. You're worthless. Worthless Kanoichi. A person that cannot do anything for the team. A person that's worthless to everything. You chase after a boy that doesn't give one flying fuck about you. Matter of fact, I don't give a flying fuck about you. I only pretend to like you mainly because I have to get along with you. And I don't really feel like you nagging in my head all the time. I need to go and freshen air. Take some fresh air. He then walked outside to see Haku on the port. Naruto went up to Haku and sit next to Haku. They then started to talk, and Haku comforted Naruto on what he had just done. Naruto hardened his heart. He turned more cold, calm, collected. He then went off into the forest, because when he got his Rinnegan, he got an abysmal of memories, but not memories, abilities that popped in his head. How to use and how to utilize each ability. How to perfect each ability and how much chakra needed to put into each ability. Naruto first tested out Bancho Teni, and he almighty pushed a tree. I don't know the Japanese for almighty pull, so I'm gonna say he almighty pulled the tree back after 5 seconds. Realizing the 5 second calm down, he then tried the King of Hell and it worked. He then found a fox and stole its soul. After that, he got transported into the Nine Tails cage. So Naruto appeared into the mindscape of the Nine-Tailed Fox. When the Nine-Tailed Fox saw Naruto, he heard what Naruto said. He didn't blame the Nine-Tails. After all he's done. But the Nine-Tails came to straighten him out. He did remind him of the Sage's Six Paths, instead of the tattoos that were on Naruto's neck. He then told Naruto about his parents, and Naruto still forgave him. When the Kurama explained what was happening and explained everything in his life, Naruto forgave him. He didn't like the fact that the Nine Tails killed his family. No, he hated that. But he understood that the Nine Tails really didn't want to get sealed again. Damn, I wouldn't want to get sealed again. He put the Nine Tails in his shoes. He put himself in the Nine Tails' shoes, and then the Nine Tails saw that this kid was so bright. After all the stuff that he's gone through in his life, this kid is still so bright and understanding. But he realized the coldness that has now went into Naruto's heart. He's kind still, but his joy, carefree attitude is gone. The Nine Tails then Naruto and the Nine Tails then started talking. They went on to of the QB getting out of his cage. Naruto said he couldn't get out of the cage because of the key, and realized that that was a seal, but that was not the key seal. Naruto then remembered something. Can you transfer your consciousness when your chakra takes over something? Naruto then remembered the fox that he just stole the soul of. Naruto then went back out of the mindscape and saw a small fox, which was yeah. He then put his hand and the QB chakra came around Naruto, but it went into the fox. The fox ears, inside of its ears, turned black. The tips of his tail turned completely black. The tips of his tail completely black. His eyes came beet red, with a slit in the middle of the eye. His teeth became more feral, but then retracted and became more controlled. He gained more whiskers on its face. Well, the Nine-Tails whiskers, really. And then the Nine-Tails opened his eyes and started to speak, but it was in a baby voice. Well, it was in baby Kurama voice, anyways. Just imagine that. So the fox basically looked like the Kurama that we saw in the, I think it was a filler or a flashback when Kurama was first made and the Bijou. Yeah, that. Kurama looks like that. Kurama then jumped on top of Naruto's head, and Naruto patted Kurama. Kurama told him to stop because just because he looked like this doesn't mean that he will allow him to pet him. Naruto then went back onto his Rinnegan training. He then used the Ashura path, and he created a cannon out of his hand. He didn't see really any use for this all the time, but he still thought it was a good thing to use. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah. Then he worked on his summoning, and he summoned a big chameleon. I think it was chameleon. I do not know if it was a chameleon. It was some sort of lizard, and it blended in with his surrounding area. Yeah. So Naruto then worked on his other ability to switch places with other things. He couldn't work the chakra stealing one, so he had to work with other things. He then said body switch, and he switched with a nearby rock. He then said limbo, and he could see two clones from him that was not from this world. He then said Reni Susano, and a Susano ribcage with black lines on it came around Naruto. And then Naruto said Sindro Tensei. And a black orb retrieved from Naruto's hand. And went into the sky and started to pull stuff. But Naruto ended the jutsu and it fell back to the earth. Naruto then went back to the house, where he saw Fu and Kari in his room reading two books. Fu was reading something about chakra control, but Karin was reading something about the Uzumaki clan. Naruto asked her what was it, and Karin explained. While seeing the fox on Naruto's head, Karin then, when she was explaining, stopped in the middle of her explaining, and then ran to the fox and started to hug the fox. It was pretty cute. Kurama wanted to say something, but he knew he couldn't blow his cover, so he just allowed it and licked Karin just to play the part. Naruto started to snicker at this. Kurama was gonna get him back for this when he was finished. After a while, Karin stopped and started to explain again. After a few chuckles, in the middle of chuckles, I'm reading about the Uzumaki clan. Before I left, I stole scrolls. Well, not stole them; it's rightfully ours. I took the scrolls that the Grass Village had stolen from the Uzumaki clan when it was destroyed. Naruto fell silent for a little bit. Destroyed? He'll have to read up more on it when he get back to the village. Because if there was one place that had the most about Uzumaki, it was Konoha. Because they were in a partnership. Konoha was featured on the Hokage Mountain along with the Senju Uchiha Uzumaki and Senju San. So there was the Senju sign, then there was like a plus, then there was the Uzumaki, then there was a plus, then there was the Uchiha clan. So that's on the Hokage's monument, right? Naruto then looked at the book and started to read more about it. There was something about the Uzumaki clan when he was a kid. They were talking about it, but he didn't really completely listen to it. Naruto then saw chakra chains, which was the Kekkei Genkai, the astounded Kekkei Genkai of the Uzumaki clan. Then it stated that the Uzumaki clan also had a dojutsu called the Rinnegan. The Rinnegan was normally just a purple eye with rings in it, but Naruto's was different. It had a purple eyes with Tomoe inside of the rings. Kami told Naruto that the dojutsu bloodline became unstable, and it could not be stabilized, so the clan bloodline went away. Now, Naruto, when hearing this, realized that the clan bloodline stabilized, reaching him. Naruto then told Karin, what if I told you that the clan bloodline stabilized in me? Karin then told her that it did. Featured the King of Hell that you summoned the first time you met. Naruto scratched his head at that because he didn't remember that. Kamen then explained what he did, and Naruto apologized for Almighty pushing them away when they were trying to help him. Haku then appeared in Naruto's room. Naruto greeted her and he full sat down. Kari then brought up the fact while blushing and saying that you kinda need to report while touching her hands together and playing around with them. Started to like blush and started to stutter a little bit and said Naruto that you have to re re repop populate the clan. And when Naruto heard this, he got a blush on his face too, but still an impassive look on his face, or non-caring, or blank. Naruto, they found it cute because there was no emotion on Naruto's face, but you knew he had an emotion. Naruto then slowly nodded, while being still embarrassed, but not really showing it on his face. Slowly nodded, didn't really say anything. Haku then offered Naruto for her to be one of those people because she had no master and Naruto is her new master. When Naruto heard this, he got more blushed, but he complied. Because Haku really and truly liked Naruto, but she was willing to serve Zabuza, so all in all, yeah. Naruto, not too long after, went outside. They then reached back to Konoha in a matter of months. On this time, Naruto and Karin had actually saw the Uzumaki chakra chains. Flashback. When they saw the Uzumaki chakra chains, the renowned Kekkei Genkai of the Uzumaki clan, Karin tried to do it, and she had an imperfect chakra chain. If you did not see the first time we saw Karin, or we saw Sasuke interact with Karin in Shippuden, Karin activated an imperfect chakra chain to capture. Who was her name? Who was his name again? That guy from the mist that was supposed to be a 7 swordman, but something happened to him. I don't know. Jugo? No. Suigetsu. Yes, Suigetsu. So, yeah. But when Naruto did it, 5 perfect chakra chains came out of Naruto's back. Kami then explained that he probably had them the whole time, but he never had knew about them or had any notice about them, so they were given time to mature at an early age. Or he probably could have awoken them in academy time. Naruto smacked his head and kind of blamed himself for not really checking up on his clan too much, because it was renowned, but he had a yellow hair, and people did believe that Naruto was not a part of the Uzumaki clan. They were in for one heck of a road. Naruto went. Then they went back to the Konoha. When they reached the Konoha, the Federal Kage was told about the was told about the the mission and the rest of the mission, which included Naruto, when Naruto explained how him and the Kyuubi interacted. Then Hiruzen saw the very a fox that looked a lot like the Kyuubi sleeping on Naruto's head. He didn't realize that was the Kyuubi. He then asked Naruto about it, and Naruto told him that was the Kyuubi. The Kyuubi had understood Naruto's pain and Naruto had forgiven him, and so they became friends. And Naruto explained why he never gave up on the village, and the old man cried a little bit. Now, because of this, when he realized that Kurama had told, or the Nine Tails had told Naruto about his parents, he threw Naruto some keys. He then pointed to the fourth Hokage's head, on the side of his head actually. And he pulled out the Hokage's monument where Minato's head was, and then went to a picture and showed it by his ear. Naruto was puzzled. Then Naruto asked, why were you pointed by his ear? Hokage then told Naruto there's a door on the side of Minato's head. Naruto eyes sparkled and he instantly ran because he wasn't gonna wait on no one. He then got up to the Hokage's Hokage's monument and went on his father's head. He then opened the door and he went into a tunnel and then he found room. A room where all of Minato's stuff, that even his flying magic kunai, Kushina's red death sword, or heated sword, or red hot habanero sword, or what is called that? It's just a hot sword, okay? So Naruto sealed the books into scrolls that some sealing ninjutsu that he had learned when he was by Kadin, sealed it into scrolls, and then a map fell out of the bookshelf, and then he saw Uzugekure. Then put the map in one of his pockets and saw some clothes. They were supposed to be his when he was a kid. He chuckled at this and picked them up. It was a black shirt, a black jacket with a white with a white shirt with a necklace that had the Uzumaki crest on it. Then it had a black pants with bandages at the end of the pants on the wrist. Also had black shinobi shoes and a black cloth headband. Naruto unpicked the metal plate of his headband and engraved Aruka's name on the back of the headband and placed it on the headband and tied it around Naruto's head. Naruto then not discarded, and he put his clothes, his jumpsuit into a storage seal and started to collect everything until he got to his father's kunai. When he saw his father's kunai, he said he could modify them and make them more suitable for him. Then he put them in a scroll. Then he went over to his mother's red hot rod sword, or red hot habanero sword. When he picked up the sword became a heated red, like a heated red color, and then a hot red color, and then red lightning surrounded the sword. He saw the sheath and sheathed the sword. Then a letter fell out of the sheath. It said it described how the sword worked, and realized that when chakra was channeled through the sword could heat up and emit flaming lightning. Naruto put the sword on his back and then grabbed all of his scrolls and went to his apartment, where he rested all the scrolls. Naruto decided to make a journey to the Uzumaki, but not right now, because there was 3 months before the Chunin exams, which they were advised about. When Naruto went out into the village, and then he realized 2 people following him. He ignored it at first, but he got kind of curious because 2 of these people he had met before, one more than the other. He then created a shadow clone and body flickered, which a skill that he learned while searching through his dad's library, seeing it and copying it with his Rinnegan, being easy to do. He then body flickered between 2 girls. One girl had black hair with white eyes, with long black hair, which also had a little purple tint into it, which she also had white eyes, with a black jacket with a fur hoodie. At the end of the fur hoodie there was fur, and had black pants. The other one had yellow hair, which was tied up into 4 buns, and had a fan on her back, with a peaches colored dress with a purple sash in a purple sash on her waist, with black shinobi shoes and a sand headband. The other one had a leaf headband and black shinobi shoes. Naruto tapped both of these people on their shoulders and said, "Boo." These two figures jumped and each said Naruto-kun. Naruto was surprised to hear this and asked Grandma to read their not read their minds, feel their emotions. All two of them had a love for Naruto, but one was higher than the other, which was Hinata. Um, it, and then the other one was Tamari. Tamari, a person that he saved when he was a kid, but also met not too long ago. I'm not going to how Naruto and Tamari met because I don't want to do that right now. I'll do it in a series when the question was brought up. Naruto invited them for ramen and they went out for ramen and ate ramen. The reason they were able to evaluate who Naruto was so quickly was mainly because the reason that they knew Naruto better than most people. He was the only person in the village that had whiskers, which people didn't notice. Which people, when Naruto was walking by, did not notice. Naruto was one of the only people that had blue eyes. He was one of the only people that wear the Uzumaki crest on his back, and other people who wear on their Jonin vest, but they had a slice through the Uzumaki crest, showing that they were not a part of the such clan. So Naruto then talked to them, and then brought up the fact that he read their emotions. When Tamari and Hinata realized that Naruto could read emotions, I realized that he read their emotions towards him. They blushed heavily. Naruto then said he understood, but then he explained that he has to rebuild his clan, so he has to take as much wives as he technically can. He already has 3, but he was waiting for 2 more, and luck brought him. They then agreed, and Naruto kissed both of them on the forehead and left. 2 weeks after that, Naruto was at the village gates, giving permission from the Hokage to leave for a little bit. Naruto had learned another of his Rinnegan ability that he didn't have the chakra for before, mainly because he didn't have chakra for it, so he wasn't given the ability yet. At the gates were Hinata, Karin, Fu, Tamari, and Haku. They all hugged Naruto, and Hinata gave Naruto a cloak that looked like Sasuke's cloak when he left the village. And Naruto put on the cloak, kissing Hinata on the lips, saying, "That's your present." And thanks, in my way, anyways. The girls were kind of jealous that Hinata got a full-on kiss from Naruto, but they didn't mind it either ways. Tamari then asked Naruto where was her kiss, kind of blushing, and he made shadow clones again and kissed all of them on the lips just to be fair. They all then wished Naruto off, and Naruto opened a purple portal and walked through it. Naruto then arrived in Uzugakure, where he saw a temple, and then he went into the rundown temple. In the temple, he found scrolls of sealing jutsu, of sealing methods, and some secrets of the Uzumaki clan. And the reason why no one could get in there because they were not Uzumaki. Some secrets of the Uzumaki clan, the secret techniques of some of the Hokages or the Uzukages that were in the village at the time. Naruto then saw the 100 healing technique and realized that the 100 healing technique kind of rubs off some of his lifespan. When he realized this, he realized that he could perfect it and also took the scroll. He then read about a mansion that was in the forest. He then ran to the forest and saw the mansion. The mansion had a lot of information and even had the Uzumaki's treasury inside of the mansion. Naruto collected all of the money and placed it into the scroll. Then he proceeded to gather all the books and put them in a scroll and the valuable items into a scroll. So he did from the temple or Hokage office. He then sealed up. He saw a scroll or saw a sealing jutsu where he could seal a house. If given a chakra, a village. Naruto then sealed the house into a scroll and the Hokage's office into a scroll, and then focated to stay there for a little bit to perfect the 100 healings technique, actually taking him 2 months to perfect it. But when he perfected it, it was in the middle of his hand where there was a circle around the diamond. Naruto then opened a portal again to go to the hidden leaf. And that's what I'm gonna have for this video, guys. It was pretty good. When I fix the Senju with this, you would get it, like, no sweat, no zone. But that's it for today, guys. See ya. Have a good day. Peace.